small town in Africa, there lived a young couple who got married about 3 years ago, faced with a lot of challenges. Are they able to overcome it? Amaka's husband, Uche, stood in the doorway, staring at a messy living room and the dirty environment he constantly met his house at. How can you live like this? He asked, frustration etched on his face. Amaka lay on the couch, flipping through TV channels. What is the big deal? She replied, not bother to look up. This was the breaking point for Uche. He had been patient with Amaka's laziness for months, but it was taking a toll on their marriage. They had been married for 3 years, and at first, Amaka was energetic and helpful. But after having their daughter, Ineoma, she stopped taking care of their house and herself. Uche remembered the days when Amaka would wake up early to cook breakfast and tidy up the house. Now he did all the house chores and took care of Ineoma. Amaka's excuse was always, I am tired. As Uche looked around the house, he looked into their room, he checked everywhere. He saw dirty laundry scattered everywhere and dust covering every surface. He felt disappointed, he felt unappreciated, and he felt disrespected. Amaka, we need to talk, Uche said firmly. Amaka muted the TV and sat up. What is wrong? Everything, Uche replied. The house, our marriage, you used to be different. What happened? Amaka shrugged. I don't know. I just don't feel like doing anything anymore. Uche sighed. I work hard to provide for the family. The least we can do is take care of our home and our child. Uche took out all the clothes and washed them. He went into the kitchen. He washed all the piled up plates that had been piled for weeks and washed them. He showed her love. He even brought food for her and served her where she sat down. After a while, Amaka stood up, her expression softening. I am sorry, Uche. I will try. Uche looked at her skeptically. Try? Try isn't enough. We need change. Ineoma crawled into the room, smiling innocently. Amaka picked her up. But would Amaka change? Only time would tell. Days turned into weeks, and Uche didn't see any significant change in Amaka. He was on the verge of giving up. One evening, as he was helping Ineoma with her homework, Amaka walked into the room looking different. Her hair was neat and she wore a clean dress. I've been thinking, Amaka said, her voice firm. I need to make a change. I am tired of feeling guilty and I am sorry. Uche looked up, surprised. Amaka continued. I started thinking about what made me happy before we got married. I loved cooking and taking care of my family. I want to be that person again. The next morning, Uche woke up to the aroma of jollof rice and oha soup. Amaka was in the kitchen cooking. Ineoma was sitting at the table eating her cereal. Over the next few weeks, Amaka slowly took back her responsibilities. She started cleaning the house, doing laundry, and cooking meals. Uche noticed the change and began to help her as well, letting Amaka take ownership of herself. One evening, as they sat down for dinner, Uche said, Amaka, I am proud of you. You're doing great. Amaka smiled, her eyes shining. Thanks, Uche. I feel like myself again. Ineoma chimed. Uche reached out and took Amaka's hand. I miss you. Amaka squeezes his hand. I miss you too. As they finish dinner, Uche realizes that Amaka's transformation wasn't just about changing her behavior, it was about finding herself again. The house was clean, but more importantly, their relationship was healing. A few months later, Uche came home from work to find Amaka baking a cake in the kitchen. Nneoma was sitting on the counter, covered in flour. "What's the occasion?" Uche asked. Amaka smiled mischievously. "Just because." Uche smiled back, knowing that Amaka was truly back. If you like this story, please subscribe, follow my channel, and drop your likes and comments in the comments box. And tell me what you think about Amaka and Uche's story.